Hello and welcome to the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. This week we will review the race card from Saturday, May 11. 10 races were on offer, including the race 10 feature event, the Ivondis Cup. Let's begin with race 1. This was an optional claiming event going 7 furlongs or 1400 meters. An 11-horse field declared to start with leading rider Tevin Foster aboard the 4-5 favorite Jamal James.
Starter ready. They're off for the first. Crafty Zelazine, last to enter, last to leave. Jamal James also didn't get a great start either as they charged down the backstretch. Gorgeous Gift on the outside. Kingswood the Grey in between horses. Biblical Legend as they lead the 6. These three almost in line, and now Kingswood pulls away from them and opens up some 3 lengths. Biblical Legend chasing with Gorgeous Gift. Thunderstrike races up next. April Spirit hidden from view. Jamal James hunting a run right against the rail. Star Aviator is next, possibly 8 or 9 lengths off that lead, tracked by Starboy Flyer. Craft is Elazine, now beginning to make some progress. Golden Blood is next, and last of all, it's Mule Train. They've left the half mile. They're about to arrive at the 7/16th in the first event, and out in front, Kingswood is fleet of foot and opens up 5 in a flash. Being chased by Biblical Legend. Jamal James now asked to go a-hunting. Thunderstrike is some 3 lengths in behind them. April Spirit now put to the stick as the leader has left the 5/16th, and it's all Kingswood at the moment, coming into the lane with a clear lead. The rider has a peep in his left-hand mirror, and Kingswood continues to hold the advantage. Here is Jamal James now hustled up by the rider. Biblical Legend in the red cap toward the outside, and still Kingswood denies them approaching the furlong pole, but Kingswood now beginning to tie up just a little bit, but holds a commanding advantage, and Kingswood is bouncing away from them inside the final 16th. Biblical Legend asked to make ground but can't. Kingswood out in front and large and in charge. Kingswood and Radish Roman take it by maybe 6 lengths in the end over Biblical Legend. Then Jamal James, Thunderstrike, Mule Train.
Nice win there by Kingswood. Radish Roman teams up with Saki and Roman, as I said, preview time. The Romans team up, and there's a saying that when you go to Rome, do what the Romans do. So we're looking forward to seeing what they did. And you saw what they did with Kingswood. First time on the claim, as were the top 4 selections. 1, 2, 7, and 8, the numbers I gave you. And as I mentioned preview time, that key variable that determines the outcome of claim in race is the change of barn. So we saw last time out, Jamal James win by 5 3/4 lengths, beating Biblical Legend, and in turn Biblical Legend 5 3/4 lengths clear of Kingswood, who was third. Kingswood went off the 65 favorite that day, the 14th of April. Today, you get 72 for Kingswood. Jamal James goes off favorite, and Biblical Legend was fairly well fancied also. That one went off at 5-2. So
A top 3 finish for the island's top 3 jocks. Radish Roman in first aboard the 72 Kingswood. Biblical Legend was in second with the 2023 champion jockey Ryan Lewis aboard, and in third, high-flying Tevin Foster aboard the favorite Jamal James. Saturday's second event on the card was a claiming race for 3-year-olds and up, a small field of 6 set to go postward. Radish Roman was looking to take a quick double aboard the 2-horse Crimson, who now takes orders from the Ryan Darby barn.
They're all in, and they're off and racing. Inspired Miracle and Fault Line is stepping at the back of the field. They turn over on the backstretch and head toward the 6. The Grey Express is the one that ekes out the early lead. A length and a half, maybe going on by 2. Tracking in second, that is a Crimson. Racing in third, that's Turn On the Light. Right behind Turn On the Light, that is passing the 5, that Inspired Miracle. Then comes Big Jewel. And about 6 lengths before we come to racing at the back of the field, that's Fault Line. They head toward the half mile, and Grey Express has opened up a 4 or 5 length lead, maybe 6 in front of chasing in second. That's Crimson. Coming up on the inside of Crimson, that is a Turn On the Light. 2 lengths away before we come to Inspired Miracle. Then comes Big Jewel, and still way out of it, that is Fault Line. But Grey Express says, catch me if you can. Coming at the top of the lane, it's Grey Express all alone for the moment. Crimson now begins to bear down on Tigray Express there at the top of the lane. It's Tigray Express in front. Crimson trying to get to Tigray Express, and Crimson now begins to come on, and Tigray Express trying to come on too. That's Inspired Miracle 10. Now Crimson grabs a hold of Tigray Express at the furlong pole, and Crimson now begins to pull away, and the writing is clearly on the wall. It's Crimson pulling away from these, and Crimson and the Sneaky Fox Radish Roman copying the early double. Crimson by about 7 lengths. Tigray Express is second. Then comes Inspired Miracle. And running on for fourth, that's Fault Line.
So the early double goes to Radish Roman, aka Sneaky Fox. A fine win aboard Kingswood in race 1 over 8 lengths in margin of victory, 8 1/4 lengths to be exact. And race number 2, the identical margin of victory, 8 1/4 lengths aboard Crimson. He started off the day 11 behind Tevin Foster. It's now back down to single digit. 9 behind Tevin Foster. And indeed, this jockey's title is going to be a race to the very end between Radish Roman and Tevin Foster. So it's a Sneaky Fox double, returning $662.
A notable stable change gets the desired results for trainer Ryan Darby. Radish Roman landing a quick double to take the day's first 2 events on the card. Tigre Express, who had 3 wins from his last 5 starts, had to settle for second. Inspired Miracle was third, and Fault Line ran on in fourth. Saturday's third event was a restricted allowance race for native-bred 5-year-olds and up, non-winners of 3, in Porties 5 years old and up, non-winners of 2. Cotterwood Cathy from the 2 box was impressive with victory last time out and was looking to make it back-to-back wins despite stepping up a class.
7 furlongs. They're off. Anika Bell just a bit tardy at the start with the Gifted One as they make their way now toward the 6 furlong point on the course. Power of Faith has a narrow lead. Cotterwood Cathy harassing all the while, now left a length back as they leave the 6. Anika Bell is 4 or 5 lengths back and running in third under a snug wrap. Potential is racing on the outside of the Gifted One, coming up on the rail in the blue with the white dots. Sneaky Joe, the favourite, races second from the back, and King Air floundering at the moment as they leave the 5 and run toward the half mile. Continuing to set the splits, Power of Faith, attempting to go all the way. Cotterwood Cathy 2 1/4 lengths back and racing in second. A gap of 4 or 5 to Anika Bell as they're all strung out. The Gifted One has a lot to find along with Potential and Sneaky Joe, and King Air remains firmly planted at the back. They've left the 3. They run now toward the 5/16th. Power of Faith in front. Cotterwood Cathy asked to nibble at that lead. Anika Bell beginning to close the gap as they come into the top of the lane. It's Power of Faith out in front. A crack or 2 of the right-hand stick. They leave the quarter pole behind, and Power of Faith now staggers against the rail and now recovers and continues to fight on. But here now on the outside is Anika Bell, and Anika Bell grabs the lead. It's Anika Bell going away from Power of Faith. They run inside the final furlong. Anika Bell and Shane Richardson now look to be firmly in control inside the final 16th. This is the 3rd, and it won't stop Anika Bell. Anika Bell wins by maybe 7 or 8. Sneaky Joe is second. Power of Faith is third. King Air is fourth.
Anika Bell gets the better of the favourite Sneaky Joe, and that was a very good run by Shane Richardson, holding Anika Bell from just off the split and then making that move 3 furlongs out. And Anika Bell finished very strong and got the win by 8 1/4 lengths. And coincidentally, all 3 winners today so far have won by 8 1/4 lengths. Kingswood won by 8 1/4 lengths, race number 1. Race 2, Crimson won by 8 1/4 lengths, and race 3, Anika Bell wins by 8 1/4 lengths.
Jockey Shane Richardson partnering with Anika Bell to stage an upset, going off at odds of 9-2, getting a good break from the gates and finishing 8 1/4 lengths clear of second place finisher Sneaky Joe. They stopped the clock in 1 minute 29 4/5 of a second. Race number 4 on the card was a restricted allowance event going 5.5 furlongs or 1100 meters. A small field of 8 with former champion trainer Philip Fiani having 2 entries breaking from gates 7 and 8 respectively.
They're often racing. Bazinga misses it along with Kai on the go as rushing through to take that lead. That is on the outside, She's a Marad. Right against the rail, that's Uncle Nub, tracked intently by Fly Blue Jet racing third. Then comes Ella Fortunato, Bazinga recovering as they go past the 4. Then comes on the outside, that is Mrs. Linders, right against the rail. Beside Mrs. Linders, that's Ertugal, and racing at the back of the field, a slow starting Kai on the go. They pass the 3, and it is now Fly Blue Jet that flies along with that lead. Right there, too, on the rail, that is She's a Mirage, right? Coming on the outside at Bazinga, really coming up nicely on the outside. And now Bazinga tackles Fly Blue Jet, and Bazinga. She's a Mirage left back on the rail, but it's Fly Blue Jet still in front. Bazinga determining and coming right alongside, but Fly Blue Jet trying to repel the challenge of Bazinga. They're still fighting, coming to the half a furlong pole, but Fly Blue Jet is resolute on that lead and determining. And Fly Blue Jet and terrific Tevin Foster goes on to win from a determining Bazinga. Then comes Ella Fortunato, and she's a Mirage.
Nice win there in race number 4 by Fly Blue Jet. Odin Mullins, let's make that Tevin Foster in the saddle there for Filippiano. The Odin Mullins will be in the saddle for Filippiano in the upcoming 5th event. So Tevin Foster replies to the early double of Radish Roman. The win margin now back up to 10. So we're toggling between double-digit and single-digit margin between the top 2 riders.
Tevin Foster with another win, further increasing his lead in the Jockey Championship race. The 8-5 favorite Fly Blue Jet winning 3 lengths clear of the fast finishing Bazinga in second, who bested El Fortunado in third, and She's a Mirage in fourth. Race 5 was one of the 2 trophy races on the card, the Mother's Day Special, a race dedicated to all mothers across the globe. A 5 furlong straight contest with a 9-horse field reduced to 7 with a scratch of World Surprise from the 2 box and Train of Thought from the 7 draw.
They're off for the Mother's Day Special. Fair start, Prince Aman gets one and begins to tack already toward this near side. King's Crown is racing there too. Pineapple looking for room in between them. Miss Cherry is toward the center. Pope's Lady is also traveling right with those front runners. Magnificent Force ready to pounce. Toward the far side, Teflon Don. So it's a wide open. Several horses spread across the track, and they race past the 3 and head now toward the final quarter. Pope's Lady is looking good. Miss Cherry is right there too. Magnificent Force trying to find space, now does so. On the far side, that's a Teflon Don. Nearest to us, a King's Crown is also running well, but it's still a wide open affair as they flash now inside the final furlong. They're into it now. Pope's Lady drifting to the stand fence, meeting up with Miss Cherry. On the far side, Magnificent Force now gets going. So too Teflon Don, 4 across the track. Teflon Don and Magnificent Force on the far side. Pope's Lady nearest to us. They've gone by together. It's close. Might be Teflon Don just over Magnificent Force. And Pope's Lady, Prince Aman, looks to be fourth.
A close finish there in the Mother's Day Special with Teflon Don just getting the nose in front over the filly, and that was Magnificent Force. A close finish there. Magnificent Force had a bit of traffic problem midway the contest, but came with a good late effort there. The winning post though came just in time for Teflon Don.
Teflon Don in the hands of the informed Tevin Foster takes today's 5th event in what was a nail-biting dash across the winning post with just a marginal head separating first to third place. In the end, Magnificent Force was adjudged second and Pope's Lady for third place. We take a break now on the Caymanas Park Highlight Show, and when we return, we'll recap races 6 through to 10 from the Saturday card. Welcome back to the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. We continue our recap, picking up at race number 6. This was a restricted allowance event going 5 furlongs or 1,000 meters straight. A modest field of 9 with Radish Roman getting the mount of the 3-5 favorite Travelers Lodge from the Christopher Pearson barn.
They're often racing Travelers Lodge, the last one in, and looks to be the first one out and quite prominent. Racing prominently. Caveman is also on the near side, racing prominent. She's Prado. Right behind that group, that is Lady Ben. Over in the middle, that's De Gaulle traveling prominently. Adenosine drifting to the middle of the track and racing to the far side, that's Last Dance. So Adenosine showing speed. With that, could just have the overall lead. Travelers Lodge is closest to us. In between them, that's De Gaulle. They're coming out of the chute, and it is Adenosine, De Gaulle, Travelers Lodge. They're in a line coming to the furlong and a half pole just behind them and trying to come on that Caveman, Travelers Lodge, and De Gaulle, Adenosine still there. It's De Gaulle just looks to be the leader. Here comes Travelers Lodge on the outside, and Travelers Lodge now it's the front. It's Travelers Lodge and the Sneaky Foxy will have 3 today. It's Traveler's Lot beginning to pour down in the head. Caveman running on for second. Then comes Cheese Prado, Adenosine, and Lady Ben in fifth.
Congratulations to the 230 winners of the Reggae 6. And my ticket came in today. 18,000 plus in dividends here. That would be a fairly good effort after a 7,200 investment. Would have hoped a couple of outsiders would have come in along the way, but the outers weren't really flowing as expected today. But nevertheless, getting it right technically and of course in preparation for the big day.
Another win for the 2023 most improved jockey Radish Roman aboard tote favorite Travelers Lodge. They completed the quick dash in a respectable 1 minute, 2 2/5 of a second. Race 7 on the Saturday card was a maiden condition event for native bred 3-year-olds going a 7 furlongs course. A field of 7 reduced by 1 with a scratch of supremacy from the Anthony Nunes barn.
They're off. Chief Dissident, Solo Black, the slowest to leave. They make their way now running toward the final 6 furlongs. Smart Trick on the rail gets that lead. Mac and Rome in the green on the outside of Hickory Slim in the burgundy as they go slipping past the 6. Rockola is a further 3 lengths behind those, a gap of some 3.5 to 4 to Chief Dissident under a ride and Solo Black at the back. 5/8 of a mile to run down the far side, and Smart Trick continues to hold the advantage under a snug wrap, just by about 2 lengths. Mac and Rome in the green continues the pursuit as they arrive at the half mile and go spinning into that turn. 2 lengths in behind Mac and Rome, Hickory Slim. A break of some 4 or 5 to Rockola, a gap of maybe 6 to Chief Dissident, and possibly 6 more to the trailing Solar Black. Going nowhere, the leaders leave the 3. The tempo has increased on the run toward the 5/16. Smart Trick attempting to go all the way. Mac and Rome is chased from the off with Hickory Slim. Rockola making mild progress, but they're coming into the lane, and it is Smart Trick and Ariane Lewis at the top of the lane, trying to slip away from this field. Hickory Slim in the burgundy on the outside. Mac and Rome in the green in the center. Rockola making late progress on the rail, but can they catch Smart Trick? Continuing to deny them. A furlong to run. Smart Trick out in front, a crack of the left-hand stick, and Smart Trick continues to prove elusive. Inside the final 16th, it's Smart Trick and Ariane Lewis. They're not going to catch them. Smart Trick will come away bounding in for maybe a 4-length win over Rockola. Hickory Slim is 3rd. Mac and Rome is 4th.
Defending champion, jockey Ryan Lewis, more popular known as Jason, has put a pause on the Sneaky Fox Terrific Tevin show for the day so far. We had 6 races prior to race number 7, and Tevin Foster and Radish Roban were responsible for the 5 of the first 6 winners ridden today. So race number 7 goes to the defending champion, and luckily for him, neither Tevin or Radish rode in race number 7, so it was time for the defending champion to have a little squeak on the 10 race card.
Smart ride by the jockey Ryan Lewis aboard the 4 to 5 bet Smart Trick, a 3-year-old bay colt trained and conditioned by Anthony Baba Nunes, owned by Steve Samaru. Race 8, a maiden condition event for native bred 3-year-olds. A 9-horse field declared to go 1,100 meters or 5.5 furlongs. 6-time champion jockey Omar Walker was looking for his first win on the day aboard Howard Bailey's Zulu Warrior from the 3 draw.
Starter ready? They're off for the dash. Great start. Bold Move gets it and goes straight for that lead. Bold Shadow chasing on the rail right alongside Papidon, Zulu Warrior and the pink in between horses. D-Bay Machine is also snuggled up by horses. Gilroy racing on the outside of the Soul Warrior. Huge gap to Golden Lawyer, and Secret Mission going nowhere at the moment as they've left the half mile and quickening up, leaving the 7/16. Bold Move, the favourite, in charge at the moment. Chased by Bold Shadow, cutting into that lead as they slip past the 3. Papidon and Zulu Warrior race as a team. The Soul Warrior races next. Gilroy on the outside. D-Bay Machine in the green on the rail. Secret Mission, Best Forgotten, along with Golden Lawyer last. But the leaders are into the top of the lane. They've left the quarter pole behind. And Bold Move maintains the advantage. Chased by Bold Shadow as they drive to the furlong pole. It is Bold Move in control. Bold Shadow trying to close the gap down against the rail. A Zulu Warrior in the pink on the outside of the Soul Warrior, but it's a Bold Move in the hands of Radish Roman. The Sneaky Fox is away from them. He's going to have his 4th win on the card. Bold move by maybe 6 or more. The Soul Warrior second. Bold Shadow is third. Zulu Warrior fourth. D-Bay Machine is fifth.
So the Radish, Sneaky Fox Roman, and Tevin, terrific Tevin Foster. Show continues here. And that was another win from Radish Roman. 4 on the day and 2 for Tevin Foster. So 8 races have been run so far today. And a combined 6 wins by those 2 riders. Ray Lewis on the other. That was aboard Smart Trick. And we had Shane Richardson winning the other event.
Radish Roman aboard the Gary Sabrati conditioned Bold Move takes the day's 8th event by 6 1/4 lengths and gives the jockey his 4th win of the day, beating the likes of Soul Warrior, Bold Shadow, Zulu Warrior and D-Bay Machine in 5th, completing the high 5. The 10th and final race from the Saturday card was the day's feature event, the Ivondis Cup, an overnight allowance event for 3-year-olds and up going 9 furlongs. A decent field of 10 with trainer Philip Fiani having 2 entries breaking from the 3 and 7 bucks respectively.
They're off for the Ivondis Cup. Classical Orb missed the break. Zion took off quickly on the far side, running fast in the early exchanges as they make their way now toward the mile. Justin Biden is on the go. Baby Like racing out wide. Stomp the Rhythm comes next with All for Love. Sunset Silhouette forms a line of 3. Inspire Force is a long way off them as they lead the 7. A break back to Rainsville. Positive ID, second from last, and Classical Law brings up the rear. They're heading toward the final 6 furlongs. They're almost there, and Zion continues to lead by 3 parts of a length. Baby Like attacking early. Justin Biden in a handy spot in third. Sunset Silhouette creeping closer with Stomp the Rhythm, All for Love. A break of some 2.5 lengths back to Inspire Force, now making mild progress as they pass the 5. Rainsville races next, a gap of 5 or 6 to Positive ID and Classical Orb. They vie for last. Approaching the final half mile in the Yvonne Mattis. They're coming into it now, and Justin Biden has taken that lead and slips away by a length and a tail. Baby Like staying well in second. Sunset Silhouette creeping closer all the while. Stomp the Rhythm in a handy spot along with Inspire Force. 2 lengths in behind that one. Rainsville the Grey, they leave the 3. All for Love is further back with Positive ID. Classical Orb now asked to go, and a Zion fading to last. They've left the 5/16. They're coming into the top of the lane, and it is Justin Biden under a relaxed hold. Here is Stomp the Rhythm now kicking in down against the rails. Sunset Silhouette asked to charge up on the outside. These 3 almost abreast on the run to the furlong pole. Justin Biden under pressure from Stomp the Rhythm. Sunset Silhouette and Inspire Force asked to run on along with the Grey Rainsville. Justin Biden digging in under a ride and continues to fend them off. It's Justin Biden and Radish Roman. The Sneaky Fox has 5 wins. Stomp the Rhythm is second, close between Sunset Silhouette, Inspire Force, and Rainsville in behind them.
Radish Roman on his purple patch landed 5 wins on the day, with the 11-1 outsider Justin Biden upsetting the apple carts, beating the 5-2 favorite Stomp the Rhythm in second, Sunset Silhouette in third, and the other high 5 placings filled by Inspire Force and Rainsville. Well, this has been another edition of the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. We'll see you next time.